Okay, everybody, we are back in. We've got Statsman, say hello.
Hello.
And we've also got Larry, the transladder, say hello.
Yes, I'm Larry the Transladder's dad. So, good evening, everybody. Sometimes
Thank you, Gazelle.
Gazelle, but welcome to our podcast yet again.
Right, okay, well, what we're talking about here tonight is... what the hell is this mini trans thing going on in Chester? Statsman, fill us in on everything that's going on, because I'm sick of this shit, okay? Donald Trump has got rid of it.
Okay, you're not the only one. It's not even Pride yet, and they're ramming it down our throats. And as you say, we've got Trump fixing the problem.
Don't be saying that. We don't like the sound of that. We don't like the sound of that.
I'm sorry, I'm just going to jump into the party here. You've got him ramming it down your throat, and you're talking about shit. Can we start again?
There is a mini trans festival going on in Chester at the Story House. Something of that nature. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, the Story House Theatre in Chester have got a Pride event this weekend, and it's a queer Pride event. But the worrying aspect is there's a certain bit of it that's aimed at children. Now, when you say children, I'm talking it's aimed at 3 to 7 year olds.
Right.
That's worrying.
Yeah.
Very worrying. I'm just going to read a little bit from their website. It says, join Curious Art at Story House Queer for Mini Pride, a joyous celebration of individuality and creativity. It says, ignite your imagination by taking part in fun activities from colourful arts and crafts to inclusive story times and with our curious artists. I'm curious to know who these artists are and what stories are going to be told. Well, it could be the least of our worries, really.
Well, I do know that there is an LGBTQ LMNOP plus choir taking place there, run by a guy called Matt Baker. Now, they describe him as an incredibly talented musician. Hey, Matt, I'm an incredibly talented musician, not you, kiddo. And if you want to actually test that out, quite happy to meet you, at any day of the week.
Hey.
Right? I'm quite telling you, don't come on like you are the man, because you're not. I am. All right. And if you want to try it on, please do get in touch and we'll set it up and show you up. All right. Okay. Sorry. I just wanted to get that out there. Okay.
That's all right. Well, we'll get this out there. I don't think this event is age appropriate for children whatsoever.
Exactly.
The worrying thing is
Gazelle is only 12 years old mentally.
No, on a
So
serious
it's not
note,
age appropriate for him. All right.
on a serious note, they've got no understanding of this complex situation. This is just, indoctrination. But the worrying thing to me is safeguarding. Now, we've seen Cheshire West and Chester Council's history of safeguarding when it comes to children, and it's not great.
Tell me they're not funding it with public money.
I'm going to get to that bit in a minute. So you look at past Pride events, and like a local councillor, Mandy Clare, managed to push the council to stop some of the stuff last year. But it seems like it's like one step forward, 2 steps back with this. I mean, what material is going to be shown? What stories? By whom?
Yeah.
This is now. Are they all going to be CRB checked? That'll
be interesting.
Look, after some of these Pride events, there's been, dildos and sexual things aimed at children. So this is quite worrying what's going to be there. We don't know. And we know their safeguard is non-existent. So the Story House are a charity. So they should not be using public funds to promote contested ideologies.
Yeah.
It's a big no-no, especially in light of the cast review. Now, this charity, I found out, it's funded to the tune of 1.3 million. That was in 2023 and 2024. So 1.3 million a year. And that comes from the Arts Council of England and Cheshire West and Chester Council. Now, the Arts Council responsible for scrutiny are on the board as well as observers. So I've contacted them for comment. Now, they got back to me, but the thing was that I only gave them a small window of opportunity. By the time I'd emailed them, I'd only given them an hour or two to reply. So they have replied and said they will reply in due course
Okay.
Obviously, I didn't leave them enough time, which is fair enough. So I'll update the viewers and the listeners on their response. They're not. There's not a lot they can do lawfully. So they're not. They're not statutory. So I'm looking to see maybe what the contract was. I've asked them 3 questions. Are they aware of the event? Are they happy with funds being used from?
And the age again for those funds that are being used. The age again is between 3 and
7 years of age. So I've also asked them if there's anything in their contract with the Story House that put in place to prevent things like this happening as well.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they come back with. And the thing is, it's Cheshire West and Chester Council again, isn't it? They're not going to have any safeguarding. There's a 20-year lease and service contract with the Story House with a rolling 3-year funding cycle. And they've actually got a deficit of 393,000. So they're spending the money wisely as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, Gazelle.
The big issue here, the big, I mean, you're talking about 3 to 7 year age group.
Yeah.
Right. Well, this is down to the children's parents.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're not going to get a 3-year-old who says, hang on a minute, Mum, I'm off to Thinger. I'm nipping down, going to get a bottle of Peroni, and I'm off down to Chester, gay parade, whatever, mini group today.
Trans pride or whatever it is.
Whatever. I'm not interested in what it is. It's wrong. It should be stopped.
Yeah.
They can do what they want to do. They can do. Wow, that really does sound homophobe, doesn't it? Well, look, when you're an adult, you can do what you want to do being an adult. I don't have any problem with that. I couldn't give a 2 flying hoots what you do, with whoever you do it with, wherever you put it, whatever you swallow. I couldn't care less, right? But the thing is, when you're talking about children at the age of 3 to 7,
what the hell's it got to do with them at that age?
Nothing.
At the age of 3 to 7, it's specifically for that age group, right? So the parents must be taking those children. Right?
Call it out as it is.
Those parents are taking those children to an event like that.
Yeah.
This is my opinion. That's child abuse.
Yeah.
I couldn't care less what you think. Not interested. That's my opinion. Call me what you want.
I can tell you there's an earthquake at your side again. Look, it's going like this.
Because I get wound up with stuff like this. I really get wound up. This is down to the parents. This is the parents' authority, this.
Yeah, kill it.
And if they're taking children the age of 3 to 7 to this type of event, they really need to be looked at.
Indeed. There needs to be something said about it. Statsman, I have to say that, events of this kind, they're just passé now. I mean, nobody's interested in them, or they shouldn't be interested in them. What are these people trying to do? Because that age has come and gone. Trump in America has just gone, that's it, out. No more. Okay? Get the message through. There are 2 genders, male and female. That's it. Nobody's interested in having bits chopped off, although we might advocate it for certain people that we know.
I'd probably do it for all paedophiles, to be honest. But
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Fair to everything. To be fair to everybody, everything, every, I don't know, gender, every sort of thing. There are people that they are born in what they consider the wrong body. That's fine. I understand that. I really do understand it. But the problem is, you shouldn't be promoting this type of thing.
No, not at all.
If it happens, I wouldn't say it's not a tragedy because the people deal with it. I understand all that.
But they're not given the chance to deal with it though properly, because a lot of this stuff corrects itself after puberty. There's science to back this up. Yeah. You've got to try and allow the children to actually be comfortable with who they actually are, their actual biological bodies, not this nonsense.
Let children be children.
Absolutely.
Let children grow up. Let them get to the age of 8 and 9 without this.
Even older than that.
Yeah.
Look,
I'm plucking a figure out there, 8, 9, 10, 11, whatever it may be. Just let children be children. You shouldn't be taking a 3-year-old to this.
No.
And any parents that are taking them, I think
Well,
there is something wrong with those parents. There is something a little bit suspect. I mean, it could be that, that they've got like 3 boys and the mother always wanted a girl. I don't know. Okay. And they, just out of curiosity, they say these things. I mean, some of the people that we've seen the world over are actually encouraging their children to explore this.
I know they should be given the choice, though, when they're old enough. And
Old enough. That's right.
And wise enough to make the decision. In light of the cast review,
back to that again,
this is shocking because there's no safeguarding, there's no acknowledgement of the cast review. They're just going to pump this stuff to children. It's indoctrination. Okay, the parents might like to go along and they might have chosen to be whatever sexual orientation or whatever it is they want to be, but the kids aren't. So it's like they're getting forced into this.
Yeah.
So the parents shouldn't be taking them, and the council and the story house should definitely not be putting this.
No, it's not. And if there's any public money being utilized for this stuff,
well, it is.
And if there is, let's just like exactly see how much is being used. Then we should be saying, well, all right, we're going to have heterosexual pride, and we want to put it on at the story house. It'll
never happen. It's like I just said, it feels like we go forwards and then we go backwards even further because we literally stem some of this from Chester Pride. And now it's back with a vengeance. Do you know what it's like? They're doing it they're doing the wrong thing on purpose because they know their critics don't agree with it. So they push even harder and double down. Now, this is probably going to fall on deaf ears, it normally does. But if this angers you, then contact your MPs, your councillors, the Story House, the Charity Commission. Try and get this stopped. And if it doesn't anger you, then you need to have a word with yourself, seriously.
Let's find out exactly who sanctioned the money. If it's got public money in it, we want to know who sanctioned it. Not a committee. We want to know the names of the people that sanctioned it. And if they don't like that, well, hey, we're calling you out. We're saying, nah, we don't want it. Do you want it, Trevor?
I don't want it. And when you say get onto your MPs, well, I'm back to square one again there, aren't I?
You can't find your MP.
I've got to find her first. I've got to look up and down the country. Well, I know where she is. She's in London, but London's quite a big place. And it ain't going to happen, is it? I mean, good question there, Jonathan. Right. Who's sanctioning this? Most of all, who's funding it?
Yeah.
And a child at the age of 3 should be just getting on with its life, playing with the toys, enjoying growing up. It's as simple as that. You shouldn't be open to this type of stuff.
No. Crap. Absolute crap. Statsman. Okay. Let's see if we can actually, find out what's going on. I know that, the MP is not going to come back. I mean, we've challenged the MP and several MPs in Cheshire to a public debate. This is another one of those things that we could bring up in a debate against them. They won't come because all these Labour MPs and Labour councillors are cowards. They are absolute cowards. I mean, they can't even decide whether a woman has got a penis or not.
I mean, I'd even go to the stage there where I'm saying, I'm calling these parents out, saying, if you're going to take your child to an event for a 3-year-old to a 7-year-old, which is connected to an LGBTG plus XYZ or whatever
plus.
It is. Right.
LMNOP,
whatever.
RSP.
Well, I'll tell you what, parents, comment. Put us in the comments.
Yeah, get in there. We want everybody to come on and argue with us.
We want
and say
not to argue. I want to understand your reasoning for taking your 3-year-old child to that event. That event. And I challenge you, like we've challenged all the MPs who don't come back. Well, the parents, when this goes out, if you've got a reasonable debate, then come back in the comments and I will answer your comments. And you give me your reasons for taking a 3-year-old up to a 7-year-old child to that event. Let's discuss it.
Yeah. Let's
Tell me why.
If they want to come on the show, we can sit down and talk about it.
And you can come on the show. You're more than welcome. And please explain to me. I'm absolutely, completely open on this. If you want to explain to me why you want to take your 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-year-old child
To an event of that nature.
To an event of that nature, come on and discuss it with me. And I'm completely open to it. I'm open to everything, me. I'm okay with alcohol and even a little bit of weed. But cocaine is when I draw the line. I'll be straight with you.
I get no kicks from cocaine.
Well, we won't go into that. But the point is, going back onto this, I mean, like I say, I'm open to everything.
All right, okay.
And you want to comment about it, and we'll get you on here. And if you can explain to me why you want to take a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-year-old to one of these events. And
then Statsman will absolutely slaughter them. I know he will.
Yeah, I will, but some of them probably don't. Some of them might not even understand the dangers of introducing these young children to these dangerous ideologies that are just based in no science whatsoever. And the outcomes, as we're finding out now, I've got no science to the and the outcomes can be not so good, let's just say.
Well, I identify as someone...
I'm not aware of it. That worries me, that.
I identify as someone with common sense. Hey, idiots, don't go. Don't go. Boycott the event. Don't bother turning up. And to any of the idiots at the council that are funding this, I'm sorry, but LGBTQ plus and all the rainbow crap, that is so yesterday. Nobody's interested in it. It's gone. All right. You've had your day. Finished. All right. That's it. Okay.
Why is it being funded?
I don't know. Cue the music.
Suits their aim. I've got a joke.
Go ahead.
Are you ready? Might get told off for this, but a gay man goes to a tattoo parlor and he asks, I want a Ferrari tattooed on my penis. So the tattoo artist says, well, why would you want to do that? The man replies, because my boyfriend has a garage tattooed around his backside. Okay, says the tattoo artist, but I'm going to have to put a tractor on your balls too. The gay man, confused, asks, why? Why would you do that? So if the Ferrari gets stuck in the mud, the tractor can pull it out.
The mud? I don't get that. This is like the Vicar of Dibley.
That's...
In the mud.
Did I say that right? Did I say if the Ferrari?
Okay, that's done.
Did I say if the Ferrari gets stuck in the mud, the tractor can pull it out?
Yeah.
I thought I nearly said something else. I was like trying to get it right without.